Hey folks, Quill18 here, and welcome to a special epilogue of our Civ 5 Gods and Kings game, which was the unwinnable game. And in fact, many people have downloaded the save file and tried to beat it. But thus far, one and only one person has managed to pull it off and send in proof and explain how it was done. And I think you'll agree it wasn't exactly in the most obvious way imaginable. There was one thing I had not considered in all my possible outs. How could we possibly win? Could we win a military victory? Could we win scientifically? Could we do a cultural victory? Could we do a diplomatic victory? And I was like, no, we can't beat Russia straight up. In fact, I don't even know if we could beat India straight up. I don't think we'll have enough time to finish a cultural victory. I don't think we'll get to a globalization in time before Russia wins a science victory. You got to get to globalization, build the UN, and all these things. Like, how could you possibly win? Well, let me read. So if you want to read the full story, go to towerdive.com, check the forums, and in there we will find a post by JML Ong, who describes how he did the win, and he has posted the save games. Where was I? Let's see. I was trying for culture. Culture may have been possible, however it would have been a very tight race as Catherine was going for the science win and had completed all the boosters plus the Hubble. At that point, I was still 2 full policies away from the Utopia project. That is a rough position to come back from. But one of the other AI, that's the possibility I hadn't considered. One of the AI constructed the UN. Why didn't I think of that? Someone else got to globalization. Someone else built the UN. I bet it was India, because they were probably the only other real competitive force in there, but who knows. And at that point, I was still many techs away from being able to build it, and I was focusing heavily on culture. As such, I had all the cultural city-states in the game allied with spies parked in them. My gold per turn was fairly good, about 80 to 90, but when the UN vote was triggered, I immediately disregarded my culture and utopia plan, switching all my cities to focus gold. I also sold a few resources and managed to generate a great artist in my capital. And I popped him for a golden age, bringing my gold per turn up to 400 plus. For the next 9 turns, I waited and completed as many city-state quests as possible, spreading quillism, connecting resources, etc., while I built up my gold pile. Then, on the final turn before the UN vote, I sold about 200 gold per turn to Catherine for all her gold, plus some other luxuries and strategics just because. Sold as many of the luxuries as possible, completely disregarding happiness, as well as selling a few buildings in my cities. Then I proceeded to buy out every city-state except for 2 or 3, blowing all my 6,000 plus gold. The voting commenced. I voted for Wu Zhetan, Attila voted for me, and my city-state allies ensured I got the exact number of votes required for victory, 10. So that was how I won that map. I have the save file from the final turn and can pass it on or upload it. So congratulations, JML. That was fantastic, or maybe it's JM Long. I'm not quite sure. That was like, the story was amazing. Right up to the wire. I would not have guessed that that was possible, and obviously that was not something you could plan for necessarily. I mean, you're rolling the dice on the AI building that, but very, very impressive, and congratulations. And to you, my good friend, I raise a glass of some very, very special tea to you and your victory, and awesome, and I look forward to our next game of Civ 5. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.